Hey, welcome back to the channel. Of course, we are going to do some more covering today on the fuselage. Actually, we're kind of not in the covering stage. We're in the tape stage, the finishing stage. So before I do that, I was going to get my battery box installed, and I wanted to show you what the setup I have. I'm using a flush rivet on the front here, and then I'm stacking a small washer and a big flat washer on the back. Since I'm going through that 1/8" plywood, I want to make sure I have a nice good sized washer. Then I'll do the opposite on the back side of that wall. I'll have a big washer on the back side and then a small washer, which fits the they've got an 1/8" diameter hole. They fit the rivet perfectly. So it'll be a big washer on the back side, and then I'll show you that after I get that in place here. I've already got the holes drilled. All I did was I gave myself just took a 1/4" piece of material, put it on the bottom here, and that has me standing off the floor 1/4 inch, so I'll have room to fish some Velcro in behind there without any trouble. So now I'm ready to bring it over and push it through the holes, and then I can pull those 4 rivets, and I think we'll consider it installed. So then I'll decide whether or not I feel like it needs any additional support to the floor or not. The battery just doesn't weigh much, so I kind of doubt that it does. But we'll see how it feels and how much it flexes the station there. But I'm going to go pop rivet these in place, and then we'll take a look at it. Here's a tip for you. Fabric glue does a really nice job of holding washers in place. When it's difficult they kept falling off of here every time I tried to put them on, because I got to do them all 4 at the same time. It'll be difficult to feed them in once I get one riveted, so they got to all go at the same time. The glue works great. Now, on our way rolling to the other side, you can see I flipped it back over here. Since we're done with that corner down there, we've got to make a little pit stop because I remembered that I wanted to put some reinforcement underneath my headrest. So we're going to get that up here in place. I'm going to make a mark with my pencil on the fuselage so that we can see where I want to put those tapes. So let's do that. All right, so I have my brackets here, and we've got my left rear deck, left rear deck, right there. All right, so that's where she goes, and so now I will just come in here and mark with my pencil where we're located. And then we'll take her back off. So that's where we are. Get a rag here. Just make sure we don't have any dust from that. And we'll just take our ruler like we did before. And we'll mark both sides. Alright, then we'll cut some tape for that. Just give it a little extra. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to end. I think I actually want to go about this far past. And then we'll just round it off at the end here. And nothing new here. Same technique as we were doing before. I'm going to give this just a couple inches here. Same over here. Layer tape in the center. And then we'll just make sure it's going to lay out straight here. It's in a really good spot there. I can actually move up a little since I put my thumb in there. Alright, then we'll just brush those out and wipe them off. And then we'll let those dry. Alright, so we're just getting this wetted out, and we'll wipe it off, and we'll hop to the other side over here, finish that one off. nice and straight. I just want to take a real quick look at this. I want to make sure that I'm actually ending up where I want to. You can still see my lines under there, so I'm mostly looking at just this area here. I want to make sure this tape ends up, that the point comes to the middle of the circle in the back. I know this is crazy picky, but it does. It ends up right where I want it to. So, but if it would have been off to the side and something, and I would have seen it forever. So this worked out great. I'm right in the middle of my circle here. Just make sure our tape is nice and straight. Yep, it's nice and straight. It's good. And we'll wet it out. Got to be a little bit careful that that this glue doesn't dry on you if it's warm enough before you get this far, doing a length this long. Probably should have wiped out this area here already, but it's okay. I'm not there yet, so. And also, if you get any drips, like you just saw me drip right here, it's important that you wipe those off right away, or else it'll be a bump there forever. We will be coming back and sealing all of this white fabric that you see with a 50-50 mix of distilled water and the glue. And the reason you do that is this glue is actually completely impervious to water, so any moisture that might form on the inside or anything like that will never get to your paint because this is completely waterproof. So which is nice. And there we go. All right, so now I'm back to making the doily for the inspection plate on the other side. At first, I was thinking maybe I would have one only on one side, but it might be really helpful to have one on both sides in case you needed to get a wrench. Get a wrench on both sides, so I'm going to go ahead and install one on the other side as well. It certainly can't hurt anything. It's on the tail, of course, but it's very lightweight. And I don't have to open this one if I don't have to, but I'm going to go ahead and put it in place anyway. So there's plenty of access from the top, but with that bracket back there, you just don't have any access to the bottom of it where you can really see what you're doing. So I'm sure opening both of these up will be much easier to any maintenance that has to happen back there, and for an inspection to check that those bolts haven't moved. I've got some torque seal on them now. It'll be easy to see right away. Just pop the cover and take a look, and you'll know right away that you're all good back there. So now I get this one cut out, and then we'll get a inspection, one of the reinforcing rings prepared. We'll get one prepared, and then we'll get it in place over here. So I've already got this ring cut right here. I've got that ready to go. Now we'll get this inspection ring back here, and then we can do the bottom over here. And we'll pop in here and get this one. I realize that this is competitive, or this is repetitive, not competitive. This is repetitive. You've seen this already, but just in case somebody's just joining, they will get to see it one more time, or for the first time, you'll see it one more time. All right, so glue on this. And then while it's wet, lay it down in there. So I'm just going to show you another tip here. As I was ironing down some edges of this tape, it actually attached itself to this cross member here. And blue tape and this actually work really well. You just put it on there, and you can use the blue tape to pull it right away. So now it's free again, and we don't have to worry about that. So that's happened a couple places. I think maybe I stuck it right here, and so it just works out great. Blue tape, grab it, just pulls it right off. All right, so now I'm ready to put the last couple pieces of reinforcing tape on the fuselage here, and I've got to do this side piece right here, and then once I get that on, then we're ready to do this last piece of finishing tape on this bottom edge here, and then we'll do the I already did the that block on that side, so now I'll come up here and I'll do this block on this side as well. I do still need to iron around that one, but we'll get to that. Yeah, all right, so you've seen all of this before, so I'm just going to go ahead and knock out this last piece of tape, and then we will be ready to then fill the weave on the whole thing. So, all right, so I got my battery box installed. Look for a light here. So I've got that installed right there, and that worked out really well. And I did need one support. I put one support kind of in the middle right there on the bottom. It was flexing just a little bit too much, but that one support made all the difference. It's super solid now, and what's good is these are easy to slip in behind there, and they just kind of curl their way right out, and then they're ready to go to work strapping the battery in. So, oh, and the foam here, I just attached the foam with just a little bit of the adhesive, the fabric glue. Works good for that too. All right, so I got the fuselage all finished up with all the tapes and everything, so that's all good. And then I moved on to the stab. I'm getting ready to put the urethane on that, and then we'll be able to get that covered, and I'll get the rudder up there, or the elevator up there. We'll do the same. And yeah, so this is going really smooth so far. So thanks for hanging out with me. You know, I do appreciate it. And if you're not a subscriber, I invite you to hit the subscribe button and the little bell notification right next to it so you don't miss anything. And hey, I'll catch you later.